no matter who you are and what it is. And I was very fortunate for that. But later in life, you know, I love to do a lot of things. I love to hunt. I love to fish. I was gone on a hunting trip with my buddy up to the mountains. And it was right after 9/11 occurred. Right after the World Trade Centers came down. And, you know, that was a very strange time. Everything stopped. We actually became one as a country. We actually were together. There was still hate for others, and that wasn't fair either to those countries, because a couple individuals pulled that off, and the other people didn't deserve to be profiled like that. So my buddy's wife, her mother was really sick and lived in Colorado. So she had to get out there immediately. So there was no flights going, but she had to get there. So we decided we were going to make the 13-hour drive over, actually just to Delta, Utah, go a little over halfway, so she could get out to see her mother. Her brother was going to take her the rest of the way. Well, we decided to go make a stop and stay the night in Reno. So we stopped at Boomtown. We stopped for breakfast. And there was a security guard there staring at me the whole time. As the summer goes on, my skin gets a lot darker. I was growing a beard. I didn't think anything of it. I go to walk in the bathroom and the security guard follows me in. I'm just thinking, well, he's just going to use the restroom, no big deal. And this was armed security. They obviously brought in armed security after that time. He follows me in, I go to use the bathroom, and he's standing within 1.5 feet behind me. I look over, he's got his hand on his gun. So at this point, I'm starting to get nervous.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know what to do. And I'm starting to shake a little bit. Can't go to the bathroom at this point. So I zip up, I turn around, and I walk out the door. He follows me back to the table and stands at the table with his hand on his gun the whole time we're trying to eat. And I looked at my friends and I said, let's go. Let's just pay the bill and get out of here. I'll tell you about it later. And I walked out. I was scared to death the whole time and just thought how bad that is for someone to be profiled. Actually felt it myself. And it's just good to be diverse. And don't blame people for something a couple individuals do. There's good people and bad people, and it doesn't matter the color of your skin. And that's all I have with that.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Okay. You ready? Come on, Miss Ferris. Your time. Come on up. Give a round of applause.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk about some diversity that I noticed within an activity, just like a small activity. So last night I went for my first trial class to try out this Muay Thai fitness cardio class, and I saw a lot of diversity there in different types of diversity. So first I noticed that there was a lot of diversity within the people, so people of all ages, gender identity, ethnicity, and height, size, build. And I thought that was very cool because it wasn't just, all the same kind of people. It was everyone, and a lot of different kind of people wanting to learn the same kind of fitness and health goals and all that. Also, the trainers were of different ethnicities, so it wasn't only Thai people training Muay Thai, but it was Caucasians and people of unknown origin. Because I'm not very good at telling what kind of ethnicity people are, but I was glad there were different kind of people in it. And you could also see the diversity of martial arts styles that people bring in, and they have different influences from. So the trainers, they could take one look at you and your form and how your body moves, and they could say, oh, used to do Taekwondo, and they could tell right away. So that's what happened to me. I did Taekwondo for maybe 3 months, and then I broke my foot, so I couldn't do it anymore. But I guess my body still had the muscle memory of Taekwondo. So when I went in there, they asked me right away, "Oh, did you used to do Taekwondo?" And I was so surprised. But so they also pointed out, "Oh, these other people, they used to do Taekwondo, and they could just tell just by looking." So there was also diversity within how your body moves, and yeah, there's also different skill levels. There would be people wearing all protection gear from head to toe because maybe their body isn't conditioned to be not attacked, but to be just beaten up. They're not ready for it yet. And there's other people who just don't wear any gear at all. So yeah, just different kinds of diversity that I noticed in that class.
Great.
Okay. And 2 people remain. Let's give them all a round of applause. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. I was thinking about some disparate things in terms of diversity, and one is diversity of opinion. And something I wanted to share that I heard, I think it's like 10 days, 2 weeks ago now. It was, remember when we had the tragic school shootings down in Florida, and the students had their walkout. And so they did it all across the country. And my son's in high school here in Sacramento, and he actually participated in the walkout, which was pretty exciting. And they had, it took its own life, as they say, and in some cases the kids from different schools merged with others, and then they went, because the managers and of course the principals and the teachers were trying to manage it. So they're like, okay, it's going to be a 17-minute event based on the number of fatalities, and it's kind of scripted response, but it took its own life, which was probably a good thing. And remember hearing a radio account of a sign that one of the students had down in Florida, which said that when adults act like kids and kids act like adults, it's time for change. And so I wasn't espousing any political motive here in this group, but I thought that was very powerful. So I wanted to share it with you. And it really made me think, it's because we've seen this time and again with these school shooting tragedies that people, lawmakers, our elected representatives speak to the need for change, but they're never able to bring it about. And now we're having this groundswell from the youth, which, of course, there's a diversity in age, and it's nice to see that coming from the youth. So that occurred to me. And then with my own son, another interesting thing to me, and hopefully to all of you. So we speak about this kind of diversity issue a lot as a positive thing from my wife and I. And, my kids are little sponges or clay being molded by their own experiences. And one of our very high-level appointees, he's the secretary of one of our departments. He made a statement that was taken by some to be offensive toward a woman of Japanese-American ancestry, a lady who was third-generation American. And so we were talking about it, and my son was like, well, he said, like, hello to her in Japanese, what's so wrong about that? And I said to him, I said, well, your name's Konrad Strohmeyer, which sounds like a German name, and so what if somebody met you and said, oh, Konrad Strohmeyer, guten Tag, and started addressing you in German, like, wouldn't you think that was a little weird and maybe inappropriate? And he was like, oh, I see what you mean, Dad. And so he got it, but he wasn't getting it until he could put himself in the shoes of the person receiving it. So I thought that was interesting. And then my final note we were in we had a course, leadership course in-house,